Now coming to Dr. SVS Phani Kumar. Sir, I would like to ask that there exists a gap between the Knowledge Institute and the people at the grassroots level. Do you think that this gap that is there between the Knowledge Institutes or the research work done at the Knowledge Institute and the grassroots level should be bridged? And if it is to be bridged, how it is to be bridged? What can be done to bridge this gap?
I would like to answer the question based on our experience.
Of
Okay.
course, sir.
At National Institute of Ocean Technology, we are a basically research institute, an autonomous body under Ministry of Earth Sciences. But when we say research, we are not into any basic research or anything like that. We start with an application in the sense the research will be oriented to where can I apply this technology. Then we go backwards trying to see. So in the sense, 15 years back, as it was being said in the first session, where we installed the first plant in Kavratti, this Lakshadweep plant. Okay, we had an energy program where we were trying to get energy out of the ocean based on a similar technology, and we had some severe setbacks in the program. So at that level, we have to go through our strategy of what is the technology that we are applying, what is the technology that we are trying to prove, and what are the technologies that we already developed and confident about. Okay, and where can I demonstrate? So in that sense, when we, to answer your question, we went back and we tried to see if I want to demonstrate with what I know in a short time. We found that Lakshadweep is one area where if I'm not talking about energy and if I talk about desalination plant, lot of the technologies that I developed can be easily demonstrated. Authority project from inception to commissioning, we took three months time because most of the components we are in the middle of it. And with that enthusiasm, we developed and we installed there. Okay, that was a big boost for us in the sense that we were able to show water. And the island per se, it is very remote. It takes one day, complete night by ship to come to the mainland. Even bolts and nuts have to come from the mainland only. So the things that we take for granted in the mainland, like a basic crane or heavy lifting equipment, we cannot dream of such things in these remote islands. So we had, in the sense of application and what we are trying to do, we had to go through each and every nut and bolt and how we are going to install it and things like that. With that, we were able to show the project. At the same time, for this project, what we did is 1 year we ran the plant using NIOT manpower. We supplied the water. Then by constructing the plant, we employed local manpower and we trained them. When we came back after 1 year, we were able to transfer the entire plant to the local administration along with the people whom we trained. Today, after 15 years, the same people whom we trained are maintaining these plants.
Okay, that's very interesting.
Because
that's very interesting.
We applied that like we were trying to see from that angle how tomorrow if I complete my research and if I come out and if I prove my objective, who is going to run this plant? How should I go forward and things like that? And this plant is a multidisciplinary plant. It is not just one area. We were talking about work in ocean. We were talking about some process equipment. We were talking about a huge civil construction, 200 meters of bridge in the middle of the ocean. Okay, and some huge caisson and things like that. It is a multidisciplinary task where we were able to coordinate from all the sides, and luckily we had an administration which was working very enthusiastically with us. Okay, We had two more plants we demonstrated in 2011. Now, based on the success of these plants, all the three plants are being run by local manpower using the local administration. There are some issues during cyclones and things like that. We had to revive the plant because we are working against nature. Okay, but we are able to look at it in the holistic way, and because of that approach and because of the support that we get both from our ministry and the local administration, we were able to maintain these plants.
Okay. Sir, what are the challenges that you have faced in maintaining this desalination plant? Like you told that there was cyclone.
Yes.
So if you can tell us something in brief about it, what happened at that time and
Yeah.
how challenging it was.
The plant that we are talking about, as I said, it had three components. The first one is marine construction. Okay. Then the challenge in marine construction is that in the remote island, we had to make do with the available equipment and available infrastructure. So we designed it as per the requirements. The second challenge is the two components. One single piece of pipe, 1 kilometer long and half a meter in diameter, and which weighs around 200 tons overall. This has to be deployed in the ocean without any incidents, and it has to withstand the local weather conditions. So, in the sense, our challenges are towards designing this both this marine construction and also this long piece of pipe, and also trying to see my design as per the weather conditions that the pipe is actually seeing. Any weather incidents occur, how I can modify with the existing equipment so that with minimal cost. This is a working plant where each island, around 10,000 people, are totally dependent on this water. If the plant doesn't run, they don't get water into their house. Okay. We had to implement something that is a fast solution. That means they can get water again in their houses within a short time, and a longer solution where today I'm working on stopgap, but tomorrow I will correct this solution and I will make it permanent.
Sir, if you can tell us something about how it has changed the lives of local, in way that it helped in warding off the diseases and the other problems that they were existing due to the underground water that they were using.
Yes, these islands are very narrow and long islands. They are coral in nature. Okay, when we have rainfall, because of the coral nature, there is not much ground storage available. People were living for ages in these islands, and they were using the available groundwater. Because of the population and overcrowding, what was happening is the sewage is getting mixed up in these water bodies. Okay, incidence of waterborne diseases is very heavy in these islands. Okay, and one advantage of this plant is it is as good as mineral water. Okay, and as soon as we install this plant, Kavaratti Island, which used to have somewhere around 200 per year of waterborne diseases, where a group of doctors went to this island after 6 months after installing. They reported that local hospital reported only 8 cases of waterborne diseases.
Okay, great.
Because it shows from the data that the groundwater contamination, people were able to get access to safe drinking water. Okay, and they were maintaining on their own. We had 2 more plants in 2011. Right now, we are in the process of installing 6 more plants in to make all the major islands completely dependent on this water.
Okay. Sir, as we came to know from the earlier 2 sessions that the making this potable water reach every household through the pipeline is a challenge there. So if you can tell something about it.
The main challenge is in a bigger community where some 1 lakh people stay. Okay, if I install a capital equipment and if I want to run it for 25 years, because we are running the capital equipment for 25 years, the capital cost will get divided and per capita cost of the water will come down. Okay. Here, the population is only 10,000. The maximum population in one of the islands is around 12,000. The minimum is around 3,000 to 4,000. These islands are very remote and they face a severe water problem. So the issue is in 1980s, later 80s, all these islands were installed with reverse osmosis plants. Okay. But because of the remoteness, these reverse osmosis plants have to run directly with the seawater, and any sand particle will clog the membranes, and there were huge problems with maintenance. Okay. The advantage of these plants is that the maintenance is very low. Local population can maintain it, and we were able to establish a model where they were doing the maintenance. Okay, so because of that, lot of administrative and maintenance related issues have come down. The main challenge for the islands is the cost of the plant if we have to scale it up. Okay. Like per capita of water, if we have to maintain 140 liters per capita, okay, we have to be thinking about somewhere around 1 MLD, 1 million liters per day plant, which will go all the way up to 100 crores in these plants, in these islands, okay, which for the population, the capital cost per liter will work out enormous. It is very, we have to see how that water can be supported using other means. Okay.
Sir, is it so that the water that is being generated there, potable water that is being generated there, is devoid of minerals, and there is a need to add minerals in it? And is it so, as we came to know in the earlier sessions?
Normally, when we have groundwater, okay, as per drinking water standards, the maximum total dissolved solids that can be accepted for potable water is around 2000 ppm. Permissible is around 500 ppm. Anything below 500 is acceptable. The plant water that we generate hovers around 100 ppm to 180 ppm. Okay. If you see major municipal supplies in and around the country, normally during rainy season, the water that is pumped from the rivers will be pumped at 60 ppm, say 60 parts per million. Okay, which is very soft. When you bath with this water, soap will not go away. Okay, so usually for the PWD, what they do is they add remineralization plants in these plants in the metro cities. It is a minor component. We are in the process of establishing these plants so that around 200 to 500 can be maintained in terms of salts. Okay, that is a minor component. And drinking water standards, as per se, there is no minimum in the drinking water. Like we have to supply water above this level only. That level is not there. Still, we try to maintain some level, and we are in the process of establishing this remineralization plants.
So we are really thankful for your valuable insights and for the knowledge that you have given us.